Good day, amazing listeners, and welcome back to another exciting episode of SpearRocket Podcast Network. Today, we are yet to delve into another life of one of our talented VAs and, of course, explore this beautiful world of remote work. So, I am your host, Sweet, and without further ado, let's get to know our guest a little bit better. Hello, Conrad. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. And thank you as well for listening to the podcast. Hello, everybody.
Yes, thank you so much. And yeah, let's go straight ahead. Can you have yourself introduce a little bit about your background? Where are you from? And what was your life look like before being a VA in Sphere Rocket?
All right. So, yeah, my name is Conrad Ken. Either of the name you can call me. So, before I was part of the SpearRocket, I was in the BPO industry for 6 years, and the last position that I have was a training, or a trainer rather. So before I was part of the SpearRocket experience, I have the normal shift, just like BPOs, like the agents, like 9 to 6, 8 to 9, or it really depends on what shift it is. So most of the
Mm-hmm.
time I do travel like 2 hours before the shift or even 1 hour, because if you're not going to travel earlier than your shift, then you'll be late. So it's a bit hassle that time, and I really wish that we have a work from home experience. But when the pandemic comes, we were able to experience that for a bit. But after a while, when we are required to go back to the office itself, I thought to myself, I kind of wish that they retain the work from home aspect of like the scenario, but no. But still, I'm glad that I was able to be a part of the Spirit Rocket, and I can get to enjoy those things.
Wow, that was really great. And 6 years in BPO industry,
Yes.
traveling 2 hours each and every day.
Yeah.
So, how did
Yes.
you find Sphere Rocket, and what was your journey in finding and landing your client right now?
Well, at first, I haven't heard of anything about SpearRocket, and in fact, I heard from one of my colleagues a different agency, or like a virtual assistant agency. I'll just acronym it as a letter A. For
Mm-hmm.
those who don't know, or those who don't know, you can just go ahead and search it up. But then that's what I focused on applying to that. So actually this year I got from an accident, so my right wrist got injured and it was broken. So during that time I was still part of the call center and as a training or a process trainer. However, during that time, I don't have any classes, so I was at home. Even though I'm still paid, I was just at home doing nothing and just healing up. And then I thought to myself, maybe I just want to jump ship to another career, since I've already gained enough experience for the past 6 years. And I I applied to the letter A itself, and thinking that will be my goal. This will be the agency that I would like to land on. It's because their promises and all is really outstanding. But
Yeah.
I scrolled TikTok and I checked maybe there are some options that I can apply to, and Spear Rocket is one of them. And I'll be honest with you, Sphere Rocket was my least priority at that time. I didn't
Mhm.
even thought of applying in the Sphere Rocket, but I just take my chance and just apply with it. After a few weeks of waiting, like probably March, I received an interview on the other agency, and I got denied. So I thought to myself,
Mhm.
um, maybe I'm not fit for the assistance experience. And then luckily, not expecting at all, I received an interview from Sir Rocket. And then at that time, I was not really prepared with the interview and all of that. And then I just said to myself, well, let's just get along with it. And then the interview goes like after the interview, they told me that, oh, you're a perfect fit. In this one, we need to just take another screening, and then another interview comes. I didn't even prepared, to be honest. I just go with the flow and everything, and then they told me that they are, or I am fit for the position. However, they want me to mold or to be mold as a virtual assistant. So they have me on a training like 4 days, 4 hours. So I take the interview, or rather the training, and they told me that I passed. So I just need to wait for an interview, or the final interview as well. So April to until June, I waited for like 3 months. I've had multiple interviews or final interviews, and none of them accepted me until with my current client now. Fun fact about my client is we have the same birthday. So
Oh,
when he checked on my resume, the first thing that he asked me is, or the first thing that he told me is, what a coincidence. We have the same birthday and the same year. So and then the interview just went good. Like no stuttering at all. Like small professional questions. It's more of like the aspect of in being able to enjoy the work with us together, and then from there I was able to land uh, the opportunity to work.
wow, love that. I think it's really
Mhm.
destiny that worked for you to land to this specific client, especially that you have a very special connections that you have a same birthday, and that
Yes.
was really great.
Yeah.
And according to your story, you really I can feel that you really have a great connection with your client right now. And there's just one thing that I'm curious about. You mentioned a while ago that you found SpearRocket on TikTok, which is
Mhm.
really one of the rising apps right now, a social
Mhm.
media platform for really finding opportunities to land a
Yes.
VA job. And you mentioned that SpearRocket was least of your priority. What was the
Mhm.
impression with SpearRocket at that time? I was just completely curious.
Well, I was reading a lot of comments about their experience with the Spear Rocket compared to other agencies, and they're giving the praises and all to other agencies, whereas the Spear Rocket, they just commented or commented about like the small fees and all, which is, I mean, for me at that time, since we have a emergency situation, especially with what happened to my health, I really need like
Yeah.
a big amount, or like a big salary to suffice my healing process, and at the same time financial difficulties. And then the good thing about Spear Rocket right now that I can say compared to the others is just, even though we're not hyping it up when it comes to the experience, like landing an opportunity to have a client and something like that, it goes beyond any um any how do you say, any compensation and all. It's because at the end of the
Hmm.
day, the most important thing is you have a job, you were able to express your own creativity, or even opportunity to the client itself, and the client will just give you the trust, and everything follows. Because what I've experienced for the past 6 years when I was in the call center industry, they're all talks and all, but when you
Hmm.
experience those things, it's really up to you if you will be able to enjoy it, you're going to stay for a long time, or you'll just get out of
Yeah, so I guess first impression didn't really last. It
there.
didn't
Yeah.
really last
Yes.
long. And
Yes.
yeah, it was really great that you really land a client with Sphere Rocket, and you were able to change your perception about it. And
Hmm.
yeah, I can agree with you because sometimes there are really some other job postings, and it was really like butterflies and rainbows, and gives
Mm-hmm.
somehow a kind of a different impression compared to what you really experience when you finally land a client. I can speak for myself because I have
Mm-hmm.
experienced that as well as a previous VA before. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was really great. And how is your health right now, and how is the work life balance with you now that you are working from home?
First off, with my health, it's all good. It's just it's in in recovery. I can
Mm-hmm.
lift a few weights, but not entirely a bigger weight. It's because I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to have a complications with my bones at that time during this time. But with the work life and balance, I can say it's really good because I am an introvert, so there will be at times that I don't want to see. This is not me being a mean person to my other colleagues. It's just that I don't want to see them. There will be a time that "Nah, I just want to go home and just work on in the comfort of my home, and that's it. If I just need some energy, I can be able to, or I can, see them like not every day, but like a couple of days or so, just to have my energy. But the work life balance is really good. It's because not only I am financially not really financially stable, but I'm going from there. But the other thing is, I don't need to experience the traffic again, and at the working like waking up
Yeah.
2 hours or 3 hours before the shift. No.
Yeah.
And one thing is the clothes. There will be a
Yeah.
times, well, I based from my experience and even the other ones that are posting videos on TikTok and other platforms, is usually they are in their pajamas, just working around in the
Mm-hmm.
home, or even they're in the kitchen cooking things, or something like that, but they're working. So work life balance is really great. And I cannot wait to experience it more, since I've
Mm-hmm.
already jump ship to the new environment that I have.
Yeah, that was really great to hear that you are recovering with your health, and also having really good work life balance right now that
Hmm.
you have landed a client in SpearRocket, working
Hmm.
from home,
Yes,
and yeah, no traffic.
indeed,
those
indeed.
are really those are really one of those are really the important things that really consumes our time, energy,
Hmm.
and also money. And I like
Yeah.
how you say that you are getting there and getting financially stable. And yeah, that was really great. And how about, and also I would like to deep dive in you being an introvert as a VA, because really sometimes it really took us a lot of social energy. I
Hmm.
can relate, I'm also an introvert.
Hmm.
It takes us a lot of social battery for us to
Hmm.
mingle to other people. And nothing against them, it's just really about our social battery, or our
Yeah.
energy sometimes. And it
Yes.
was really great that we can conserve it now that we
Hmm.
are working
Yeah.
from home. And
Yes.
let's go with the with your current role right now, and how are you handling it with your client? And like how does like the new environment for you
Hmm.
working towards your benefit?
Well, with my scope of work right now, even though I am a sales assistant,
Mm-hmm.
if you are, or if the listeners are familiar with the term for call center with like workforce management, I'm also a bit part of it, like gathering data and all. And I am an all-arounder when it comes to my job, because when I check the description of a virtual assistant, you're not going to be stuck on one
Yeah.
task. Exactly. So you need to be versatile but knowledgeable at the same time. And one thing that I would like to share with with the listeners as well is, if you don't know anything, it's okay to say no. It's because the client will understand it and will give you like an opportunity to for you to learn more about it, and just taking a baby steps. It's not for you to say that, nah, I'm not going to take this task anymore. It's just I'm a little not too familiar with the task, but I'm willing to learn about it. And with my work right now with my current client, they've given me the trust since day one. So they've given me a task, regardless if they will check on it or no, as long as they ask me what is the update of it, and I was able to give them a presentation of what I had before. That's the good thing. It's okay to present less than to present more, but you don't understand it. So that's a good thing about my working relationship with my client now.
Yeah, it's better to like under promise but over deliver than
Yes.
over promise than under deliver. It was
Yes,
that
indeed.
was really the name of the game. And
Hmm.
I like how you say that openness is really important in this
Hmm.
industry. Especially you don't have to be a yes person. Like, oh yes,
Hmm.
I can do it, I can do it, and then after that, oh no, I don't know how to do it. So it's
Yes.
better to be open with your client that you don't know this specific task, and then they're much very willing to help you out, and that was really
Hmm.
great. And yeah, so with your experience now being a VA, how do you mentioned a while ago like flexibility, because you're like an all-arounder, like you've said a
Hmm.
while ago. You're there's flexibility in there because you are dealing with a diverse range of tasks. So how do you um like how does flexibility of remote work benefit both virtual assistant and the clients at the same time?
Well, it benefits us both. It's because both of us are learning. It's not just me, it's also them. It's because there are things that the client would like to give a task, but they don't know, understand it. So, what they're trying to say is, we don't know yet that task, but both of us are willing to learn. And then, if the VA is already learning that specific task, you can tell it to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, specific commands or shortcuts with Excel. So most of all clients know how to use Excel, but they don't know the shortcuts. So you, as a upcoming or upstarting virtual assistant, you just learn it from watching videos and all you have to do is teach them what you have learned, and they will appreciate it. It's because you need to have like a working relationship that's really strong, and having, like I
Mm-hmm.
said before, having an open communications, because
Yeah.
they wanted to not just give you the task itself, but they wanted as well you to understand you more, so that way they will, if they will give you a task, it means that they are already aware that you can do that. But if not, then they will ask you, oh, do you happen to know this, do you happen to know that, if you can understand this, then maybe you can teach us or something like that. It's really having a good communication with the client, and everything will work out perfectly.
Yeah, that was great. It was really both it was a learning process for both
Hmm.
ends, for the VA and
Yes.
the client as well, because yeah, you're growing together in while growing the company or the business together, and
Hmm.
that was really great.
Yes.
And with your experience as a VA, what could be that one piece of advice that you could give a maybe a call center agent or a BPO worker right now who is wanting to also dive into being a VA but being hesitant? What could be that one piece of advice that you could give them?
It will just be a one liner. Maybe it's a famous line from a brand or a shoe brand. um
Mm-hmm.
it's just do it, because on an early age, or even um you're a bit too old from what you are in life, just do it. It's because it will give you an experience that will be a lesson as well in your life, that w-
Mm-hmm.
if you were able to do that, then there will be no regrets. But if you don't do it, then you will just be on it will be on your mind, stating that, what if I didn't, or what if I did this, what if I did that, and then all of the time you're just doubting yourself.
Yeah.
You just do it, and then you will just know if it's good for you or not. and then that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really great, and I totally agree with that. And speaking of, yeah, so just do it, because at the end of
Yes.
the day, we just like we don't want regret, right? It's okay to
And
fail, but yeah, go ahead.
no, I mean, we are the storytellers of our life. So if you want to do something, as long as you're not hurting others, or as long as you wanted to progress with anything, or you want to learn something, just do it. Start it now. But if you're too hesitant, that's okay. That's what happened with me before when I tried to
Hmm.
jump ship from call center to VA. I'm a bit too hesitant. It's because you will experience hardship, you will experience letdowns, and even financial crisis. So because um, as when I was waiting for a client for me to have right now, in the past 3 months, I dealt with financial crisis. Even my health is not good at that time, but I did stick to my plan and just do it. That's it.
Yeah, everything will fall into place
Hmm.
eventually. It's like
Yes.
what Conrad is experiencing right now. And yeah, that was really great. And I love how you say that we are the storytellers of our lives. We have the control on the choices and the decisions that we are making. So
Yes.
I'm just curious, Conrad, if speaking of like storytelling, just hypothetical question. So for
Hmm.
example, you would be given a chance to like go back to the time that you were starting as a VA. What was that one thing that if you could change like one thing that you did, what would it be?
Um, I think this is a cliche answer, but I'm not going to change anything. One thing, it's because if I change anything, it means I don't want to learn the
Mm-hmm.
lessons that I have right now. And just for me, because having a change in life means you have the control to, to shift things around your end.
Yeah.
However, you're just taking a part of yourself wherein you don't want to feel this way. You only want to feel a part wherein you're just happy, you're just glad and all. But being alive and being, experiencing the life itself, you want to experience the hardship, the pain, the suffering and all. It what makes you you. It what makes you understand life better, the choices in life. And at the end of the day, we're not perfect. So why change everything that we have? Just learn
Yeah.
from it and then go from there.
Love that. Love that. Lots of golden nuggets there, guys. And yeah, just really all of the challenges, the mistakes that we did, all of those, and also the things that are success, all of those make us to who we are right now, and that was
Hmm.
make us unique. And
Hmm.
speaking of being unique, Connor, do you have any unique experiences with Sphere Rocket so far, or some memorable experience that you could share with us?
Mm, uniqueness. Um, I'm well. I haven't experienced it yet, but the one thing that I can say unique with SpearRocket that I've seen so far is the learning never stops. So I am part of a group wherein most of the leaders are sending like a link to some VAs that would like to know more about specific tasks, a specific um or let's say for example like the social media, a part of aspect of it. If you wanted to learn more, then the leaders will post a specific class that everyone will just jump ship from there, and you wanted to learn. So for me, that's a unique way to say that even though you are part of Spear Rocket, we're not, or it means that we're not stopping you to learn more. Instead, we help you to learn more by giving you free classes and all. So that's really unique for me.
Love that. Really helping you to grow not
Hmm.
only with your personal but also with your career itself,
Yes.
and being potentially that you could learn more skills and
Hmm.
knowledge and the learning never stops, really, continuously
Yes.
growing and learning each and every day. Thank you so much for that, Conrad. I was about to say Ken. So either of the two, right?
Yeah, either
So
of the two.
yeah, so thank you so much, Conrad. And yeah, so before we jump into our lightning round, just let's have a quick commercial.
Ever dreamed of swapping your hectic office for a comfy home workspace? At SpearRocket VA, we make that dream a reality. Say goodbye to rush hours and hello to remote work. Enjoy more time with family, more time for yourself, all while building your career. Interested? Apply now at www.spearjobs.ph.
And we're back, still here with Conrad. And yeah, after those inspiring and very heartwarming stories that Conrad have shared to us, it's time for our lightning round. So, Conrad,
Mhm.
these are just quick and fun questions. So, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right. So, which do you prefer, day off or bonus pay?
Bonus pay.
And what is your favorite social media platform?
YouTube.
Wow. And which do you prefer, voice or non-voice?
Non-voice.
Love that. And what is your favorite midnight snack?
Fries.
Wow. And which do you prefer, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Love it. And what is your dream country to visit?
I have two. First one is US and second is Japan.
Wow, both are really great countries. And what is your most expensive purchase?
A scooter.
Wow. And one word to describe Sphere Rocket.
Opportunity.
Opportunity. And one word to describe being a VA.
Learning.
Learning, indeed. Thank you so much for that, Ken, for sharing your insights and experiences as a VA. And
You.
that's a wrap for today's episode of Sphere Rocket Network podcast. Stay connected with us on social media. We're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Just search for a Sphere Rocket, and you'll find us spreading positivity, innovation, and remote work vibes. And before I forget, Conrad, I would like to share you the floor. If you want to thank or shout out someone, go ahead.
No, I just want to thank SpearRocket for giving me opportunity to experience virtual assistant and looking forward for more activities and even get to meet the leaders of SpearRocket. And at the same time, I want to shout out as well to my client. They've given me the trust from day one and more opportunity starting from here.
Love that. Thank you so much. And yes, hopefully to meet you soon too, Conrad. And yeah, thank you so much. Stay tuned for more exciting episodes of Sphere Rocket Podcast Network. Until next time, stay productive, stay positive, and keep reaching for the stars.
Do you want to apply as a SpearRocket virtual assistant? Well, look no further because this video is for you. I will be telling you which requirements you will need to submit in order to apply to our new website, plus a few tips and tricks to help you with your initial interview. We have achieved a better way for you to send in your application, so let's begin. Step 1. Visit our website
at www.spherejobs.ph.
Step 2. Fill in the application by inputting your full name, email, number, and other questions that you will need to answer in order to move on to the next step. Step number 3, send screenshots of your updated CV, Tony Robbins PDF result, internet speed screenshot with a minimum of 10 Mbps, a scanned copy of your government ID, and your portfolio with sample works. Step 4, click the submit button and wait patiently for our email. Now here are some tips on how to stand out during your initial interview. Tip number 1, dress up as if you were going to an in-person interview. Wearing something formal will give the interviewer a sign that you are serious about applying to this job role. Tip number 2, find a quiet space where your interview will be held. There's nothing worse than getting distracted by the noise around you and not being able to understand what the interviewer is saying. Tip number 3, Be yourself and show up as confidently as you can. Know what you bring to the table and honor your worth. Interested in becoming a part of our team? Submit your application now
at www.spherejobs.ph.
Good luck!